Welcome to St. Giles Catholic Church. I'm Father Carl Morello, the pastor here at St. Giles. I was ordained a priest in 1983, and I've been serving here at St. Giles from 2009 until now, the last 7 years. I'm very happy to be the pastor here at St. Giles. It's a very vibrant and active faith community. One of the things that keeps us so vibrant and active is our prayer life. And at the center of that prayer life, as it is for most Catholics, is our beautiful church and the opportunity each and every day to celebrate together the Eucharist. Besides our attending Mass together and beginning the day with the Eucharist, there are many other prayer opportunities here at St. Giles. We have where work meets faith. It's an opportunity for people to share their experience of living faith in the work world. We've had other programs that are run by Deirdre Buckingham, opportunities to look at the lives of the saints or how the Blessed Mother particularly can be helpful to young women and mothers raising their children. So a lot of opportunities for people to come together to look at the traditions of our beautiful Catholic Church and faith, and then to share opportunities of how those traditions can help one remain close to God and to really live in their lives the love, the compassion, the mercy that God calls all of us to follow in the example of Jesus. So there's lots of different opportunities, including Eucharistic Adoration. On Thursday evenings, people are invited to come. We often will spend that hour thinking about a particular concern or issue, whether it's in the community or in the world, and offering that hour of prayer with Eucharistic Adoration for that particular concern. So one of the things that I'm really happy about and proud of is that I have a staff that is constantly trying to find new ways and opportunities to invite people to take time from the busyness of life and their schedules to really quiet themselves and to be with God. Not only to tell God what are our concerns and wants and needs, but most importantly, at the heart of our prayer is to try to listen deep within to what God is calling us to be and to do as a Christian community here at St. Giles.
I'm Mari Paciotti. I'm the Parish Life and Formation Director here at St. Giles. I recently took over as Director of All of Religious Education and Sacrament Prep. So today, part of what you'll see is a confirmation retreat that I and our small faith group leaders have put together for our candidates. They will be celebrating confirmation in a week or so. And we've changed it up over the last couple of years. This year is pretty unique in that we really took a step back and looked and said, what kind of prayer opportunity, truly meaningful prayer opportunity, can we give them? And so today you'll see something along the lines of Ignatian spirituality, contemplative prayer exercise. And we're hoping that will help launch their own kind of imaginative prayer. Oftentimes, students from any age range, but particularly those that are getting ready for confirmation, typically there's a lot of work, there's a lot of talking back and forth with their sponsor and their catechists and teachers. They think about their saint name, but they don't get a chance a lot of times to just really look inwardly. And so we're designing the entire day for that purpose. And so when I had started in my lay spirituality work up at Mundelein, recently there was somebody who had done a whole thing on Ignatian spirituality, and I fell in love with it, and I thought, why couldn't we do this for the students? So that is our first foray into that. But that being said, it isn't as if we don't have any prayer. From the time they're very young, we have opportunities here for students pre-K all the way up through 8th grade, and then we have obviously our youth ministry program as well. There are a multitude of opportunities for prayer, and the emphasis truly is on a relationship with God. So it isn't obligatory, it's more of you really want to have a conversation. We usually frame it as, how do you get to know your best friend? well, you have to talk with them. And so that's how we introduce prayer, that's how we encourage prayer, and that's how we give time for prayer in all of our religious education and our sacrament prep, and today in a very special way for our confirmation candidates.
Well, when I first came on board here, I spoke with Father Carl, and he saw that there were needs here that perhaps I could help fill. So I have a master's in counseling. It's in pastoral counseling from Loyola. So I started a divorce support group, which has been a successful program for people who are experiencing the loss of divorce, who are also Catholic and don't want to leave the church, but are hurting and need compassion and understanding. I'm also part of a group called Spread, which is special religious education for people with disabilities. And it's actually Montessori based, and so we provide religious education for people with special needs, and it's all experiential based. And RCIA, I also involved in RCIA. This is my second year as the director of RCIA, and we use a team approach. So each week different people from the parish and from the staff and also from the community at large come in and speak with the candidates. That way they're able to get to know people from different theology points of view, and also they're able to meet people in the community. And just as in most ministry, really, I receive so much more than I give. I try to give it all, and it's a blessing for me to give and to receive in this parish and in this ministry.
Some of the things that I have found that have been so impactful, right? So I work most specifically, and I would say my passion is for high school age teenagers. But I also do work with young adults, so young people in their 20s and 30s, as well as I dabble a little bit in the younger ages as well. I am a catechetical aide for Catechesis of the Good Shepherd in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, so level 3, I think that is. Yeah, so I don't know, and then confirmation prep. So I think what has been something that I try to really just kind of breathe into everything I do, wherever I am, is this idea that I think for so long we've been so focused on structure and tradition that we've lost a little bit of the uniqueness, the personality, and the beauty that come with faith. I think we've forgotten that God speaks to us as an individual, and see more of this picture of God speaking to the priest, or God speaking to the church as this giant whole, and that maybe there's a right way to pray or a right way to worship, and I think that has been the ethos, if you will, of my program. Has just been to take things that feel very established and not to disrespect that establishment or that tradition, because I think it's so beautiful and it's a structure that we are so lucky to have, because not many have that and have the history that the Catholic Church has. But to take it and to kind of morph it or to tweak it into something that they understand. How do we weave a conversation with God into our lives? And that was it, reminding them that prayer is not always formal. Prayer is not always with words. Prayer can be anything and everything. And then I think it's not a quick then transition to prayer is service. Prayer is a smile to a neighbor. Prayer is having a place within yourself, within your heart, that keeps you in a better place to be there for other people.